पॉलिसी बाजार पर 1 करोड़ रुपए का टर्म लाइफ इंश्योरेंस केवल 450 रुपए महीने से शुरू। Wow.
The lead story tonight, the major political win for the Modi government as the Supreme Court today upheld demonetization. In the majority verdict, Justice Gawai, who headed the bench, said there were no flaws in the decision-making process of demonetization. The majority verdict was that the centre can demonetize all series of banknotes, adding that there is an inbuilt safeguard under the RBI Act for demonetization and that the 52-day period for exchange of notes was not unreasonable. Justice Gawai also said that the RBI could not have directed banks to accept demonetized notes beyond a specific period, adding that there was a reasonable link between demonetization and stated objectives. However, a single judge did have a dissenting verdict. She said, Justice Nagaratna, that demonetization was beyond a pale of doubt well-intentioned. However, she added, the best intention and noble objects may not be under question. The measure may be regarded as unlawful only on a purely legal analysis, but it was an exercise of power, contrary to law and unlawful. The note ban could have been initiated through Act of Parliament, not by executive notification. And phrases like as desired by centre show there was no independent application of mind by the RBI. She added, status quo ante cannot be restored now since it was in 2016. The entire hearing and the verdict was live streamed today by the Supreme Court.
They have held that the modern trend.
A 5-judge bench of the Supreme Court has upheld the 2016 notes ban in a landmark 4-1 majority judgment and said it was not relevant whether the objective of the overnight ban had been achieved. Justice Nagaratna dissented, calling the move unlawful. Justice B.R. Gawai authored the majority opinion on behalf of himself, Justice Abdul Nazir, Justice Bopana and Justice Ramasubramaniam.
Decision-making process cannot be flawed merely because the procedure has emanated from the central government. We have considered the 4-pronged test held in modern dental education and whether there was a reasonable nexus of the measure with the purpose sought to be achieved. And we have held that there was a reasonable nexus. We have held that the action cannot be hit by the doctrine of proportionality. In the present case, the period provided is 52 days and therefore applying the principles laid therein, it cannot be said to be an unreasonable period.
The 4 judges in their majority opinion have answered all the 6 legal questions in the affirmative in favour of the government. The centre can demonetize all series of banknotes, the Supreme Court has ruled. There is an inbuilt safeguard under the RBI Act for the demonetization exercise. No flaws in the decision-making process of demonetization. There's a reasonable nexus between the measure of demonetization with the stated objectives. The period specified for exchange of notes cannot be said to be unreasonable, and the RBI could not have directed banks to accept demonetized notes beyond the specific period. In a strong dissenting judgment, Justice B.V. Nagaratna called the notes ban vitiated and unlawful but said status quo could not be restored now.
In my considered view, the action of demonetization initiated by the central government by issuance of the improved notification dated 8 November 2016 was an exercise of power, contrary to law and therefore unlawful.
Welcoming the verdict, BJP leader and former Union Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad welcomed the verdict.
राहुल गांधी जी से एक सवाल, आपने देश भर में जो कैंपेन किया नोटबंदी के खिलाफ, आप सॉरी बोलेंगे जब सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने इसको सही माना?
The Congress has claimed it is the Prime Minister who should apologize.
अगर माफी मांगनी है किसी को, प्रधानमंत्री को मांगनी है। लाखों परिवारों की रोजगार गई और हमारे अर्थव्यवस्था पर जो नकारात्मक असर हुआ, आज भी हम भुगत रहे हैं।
Constitution bench of the Supreme Court in a 4:1 majority not just upheld the legality of the 2016 note ban, but has also said that there weren't any flaws in the decision-making process, providing a shot in the arm for the BJP-led government. With Pooja Arya, this is Arvind Gunasekar for NDTV.